Alright, my first video got interrupted. Where it ended was them calling me and telling me to pull into a bay. So I'm in bay 2 right there. I parked in there and told the guy where I showed him where it was leaking from, and now they're gonna take a look at it. Man, that was pretty quick. They got me in within probably like 10 minutes from the time that I filled out the paperwork and handed it to them. It was really quick. So what was I saying about the whole riot situation? I don't want to comment about the riot situation, but about how it involves truckers. Like I said at the end of the last video before it was cut off, this is not, I haven't gotten this information from a legitimate news source. This was alternative media, and I haven't fact checked it, but they said that a FedEx driver that was driving through one of the cities that has the rioting going on was on Interstate 70, and Interstate 70 was blocked, and they had to go off of the interstate. And I can't remember the details, but they got into a crowd where the crowd brought the truck to a stop, and people were trying to open the doors and take stuff out, and the FedEx driver took off. Apparently there were some people up on his catwalk, or not on his catwalk, but on his side steps on the passenger side. They were waving guns at him and stuff, and he took off, and somebody was in between. He was hauling duals, and somebody was in between his two trailers, most likely trying to open up his first trailer door to steal stuff. And when he took off, that person fell down in between the two trailers, and he ran him over and killed him. So I don't know if USA Truck is doing any kind of routing around these places where the rioting is really bad, but that's something that on the truckers subreddit, they were talking about. You need to be careful to avoid these areas because you could get caught up in that. And in that particular situation, a lot of truckers would just be like, well, I'll just check my final destination. You're not thinking about the places that you're driving through. Well, if they're blocking the damn interstate, like I said, I haven't fact checked that story, but supposedly they blocked I-70, and this FedEx driver had to get off of the interstate. So if you're just driving through one of these areas, not planning on stopping there, you might still be affected. So it's something to consider and be careful about. And my advice if you get into one of those situations is the load is secondary to everything else. Me personally, my life is going to be put before the lives of the people that are trying to steal and kill. So I would be just like that FedEx driver. If I got into a mob like that and they were waving guns at me and trying to force their way into the truck and stuff, I would have drove off. I would have just drove through the crowd. I'm just, you have to survive. I'm gonna go back over here a little bit out of the way and get in the shade of this damn trailer because it is getting toasty out here. So yeah, I'm on East Coast time right now. My driver manager hasn't started his day yet. I'm probably gonna wait until at least 30 minutes after my driver manager starts his day to call in. But I'm gonna call in and get this whole thing sorted out with my reimbursement and my breakdown pay. I think I'm calmed down enough to have that conversation right now, as long as he doesn't get mouthy with me, which I don't think he will. He's a really nice guy, and I'm sure him screwing me over by sending me over to this terminal instead of sending me to West Memphis, where I could have kept running this weekend, I'm sure that was probably the load coordinators pressuring him. I doubt that was his choice. I don't really know, though. I'm not a part of that conversation. I think it was absolutely idiotic for them to send me over to Atlanta to pick up a load, knowing that my APU was going out. And I told him, like I mentioned in my previous videos, I told him, if the APU stops working completely, I'm shutting the damn truck down, because I can't sleep in the truck without air conditioning. So, yeah. Anyway, just gonna be sitting here at the terminal all day. What might come from this? I'm hoping that they're able to get this fixed pretty quick. I don't know what is involved with repairing Freon lines. I don't know if there's special licensing required. I know that if you work with the old school Freon, if you do anything with the Freon system, just even like putting the fluid in, you have to have special licensing. But I'm not really sure what's involved with the new Freon that this truck uses. Like how difficult it is for someone to repair a leaky line. I just hope whatever it is, they're able to fix it here and I don't have to go to a dealer. And I hope they're able to fix it pretty quick. And I don't know what I'm going to do on the home time situation, because my driver managers really like screwed me over with this whole situation. The more I think about it, the more I'm getting more upset. Let me try to avoid thinking about the details, because I'm getting really mad right now. Because I really need to be home every week. That's like, everything is set up for me to be home weekly. And I just spent my home time in a damn hotel, and I'm really, really pissed off about that. That's not home time for me. That's still time on the road. So what I'm debating on right now is whether to tell the driver manager that I need to be home right now, or to just have him run me until about Friday and then just take 2 or 3 days off this week. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'll cross that bridge whenever I get there. I don't know. I'm still thinking about a lot of stuff, and I'm still waiting to hear back on the financing from the bank on the truck. I have a bad feeling that they're going to offer me terms that I'm not going to like. I think I'm just going to end up doing like a 401k loan to pay for it. Because if I just do a 401k loan, well, here's a couple of things about the 401k loan. Number one, I think the economy is about to tank. The stock market is not in tune with reality right now. And if I take out a 401k loan of like $40,000, that takes $40,000 of my 401k out of stock. So I can't lose that money after I take that loan out on it. And it's really low interest. It's like 1.5% interest or something like that. And the interest goes to me. So I'm paying myself back interest. So it takes that money out of the stock, so I don't have to worry about the stock market crashing and losing all of it. And I'm paying myself back interest. And I think a 1.5% interest is probably going to be a better rate of return than what the stock market's going to be doing for the next year or two. I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking about right now. I have a bad feeling that they're going to want like 10% interest or something like that. I heard that something like 10% interest is fairly common for truck loans. And I don't want to pay 10% interest on any damn loan. That's just way too much. That's robbing you is what it is. That's like a buy here, pay here type interest payment. That's crazy. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But the truck that I was really wanting to get, the one I was thinking about getting, the one that was at the top of my list, that was $40,500. It was in Fargo, North Dakota. It was a pewter truck, which is like a light brown, which I didn't really care for the color, but it was a T780, and it had, I think, 460 or 480,000 miles on it, upper fours. T780 had an APU, and they didn't really mention anything else about the truck. Now, it had all the horsepower that I want out of a truck, and it had the Volvo engine and the Volvo transmission, I-shift, all those things that I want in a truck. but it didn't list any kind of features. So like it didn't list like a refrigerator or an inverter or anything like that. The only feature it had listed was an APU. So those T670s that are fully loaded with refrigerators and APUs, and they have a little aftermarket warranty that's probably not worth a damn. Those things are for sale again. Like, they've been for sale this whole time. The only time that they've ever not been for sale was whenever I called the guy. So it's really suspicious. This place is like really suspicious. There's a lot of big red flags that came up with this place, because they told me that they had a white Volvo, which my favorite color is white. I would prefer to have a white Volvo over anything else. He said he would call me in about a week whenever the white Volvo became available. That white Volvo never became available, and he never called me. And I would think any salesperson that has a phone number of somebody that's interested in buying would call that person if anything became available, and he never called me back. So I don't know. It's really suspicious, but they look like really good deals. Well, pretty good deals. Let's not say really good deals. So there are still several trucks that I would be willing to buy. The T780 was looking really good though. I was really stoked about a T780, but a 670, the smaller sleeper version, it still has the workstation and everything. I mean, that'll be all right. I could rock that. But anyway, we'll wrap this video up, and I'm just going to be sitting around here doing a whole lot of nothing while they work on this, and then, you know, call my driver manager. You know what? My driver manager is probably going to call me whenever he gets in. I'm probably not even going to have to call him. He's probably going to call me and be like, well, what's going on with that repair? We'll see what happens. But I've had 3 days to calm down, but I'm still pissed off. I'm sick and tired of dealing with this crap. And you know, a lot of this, I'm still going to have to deal with, even as a lease driver, because a lot of this crap that I'm frustrated with are the trailers. Like that, I mentioned in my last video, and I don't think I got around to it, but that 59150 trailer, that Walmart load going to Houston, it was supposed to be delivered by midnight Saturday night. That trailer is still sitting at the other terminal. Nobody picked that trailer up. I have a feeling they're going to try to give that back to me. And I'm really pissed off about that, because that trailer, whoever dropped that thing there, didn't have any registration. The turn signal on the left side of the trailer was out. It comes on, but it won't flash. And it was a 37,000 pound load, and they didn't have a scale ticket in with the bills of lading. I was told the company policy is that anything over 36,000 pounds has to be scaled, and anything that's relayed has to have a scale ticket with it if it's over 36,000 pounds. That's what I've been doing. I can easily scale a 36,000 pound load unless there was just a complete moron that loaded it and just put like a lot of weight in the nose. It's really hard. You have to be really stupid to overload a 37,000 pound trailer. You just have to not know what you're doing. But I'm really salty that I'm gonna have to put that trailer into the shop. If they give that load to me, I'm just gonna have to go pick up that trailer and bring it right back over here and get that damn light fixed. I might just drive it to a TA or something. I don't know. I'd have to look and see what's available around here. But yeah, I have a feeling they're going to try to give that load back to me. Also, another thing is I didn't get paid for driving to Atlanta. When they took that load off of me, they didn't move any kind of pay back over to me. So that's something else I'm going to have to... Like, they're constantly just screwing me out of miles and screwing me out of pay. It's like pulling teeth to get them to reimburse me for stuff, or to pay layover or breakdown or any kind of what they call accessorial pay. It's just a pain to get them to pay any of that stuff. And then on the things that they're supposed to pay me on, well, they're supposed to pay me on the accessorials, but like my miles, I'm constantly catching them trying to screw me out of miles, not paying me for the miles that I'm driving. So, I don't know, I'm just really frustrated, but I just really hope the outcome of this is that they're able to get my APU fixed really quick and I can just get rolling, because if they take all day to do this, then I'm probably just gonna have to take another 10-hour break at the end of this. Like, I'm logged off duty, which is something I need to go. I see mechanics pulling these trucks out of the shop after they finish working on them, and I'm actually, as soon as I end this video, I'm gonna go over there and log out of my ELD, because I don't want them pulling the truck out of the shop and starting my clock. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, weekday, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Bye.